Well, Goldie's sleeping on my sleeping bag, and so is Rocky. So, by the way, I want to say something else about another good thing to have for the winter time. Now, you can not just have this; you can have the parka, but the field jacket is pretty damn good. It's like you can get them in different sizes, like not just small, medium, large, extra large, and all that. But you can also sometimes get them in short, regular. That's if they're MIL-SPEC. I'm not sure what the knockoffs do. But also you can get them in short, regular, longer. And these are designed for pretty much, they're adaptable. That's what I like about them. There is a hood on them, but it folds up and it goes inside the collar, right? And you also have, you can also even add the parka hood to this too, if you want to. There's a lot of, this is the M65 field jacket from 1965 basically onward, and all the way through to the 90s. I don't know what the hell they got now. But it's handy having this hood in here because even though it's it's on an insulated hood, it's got a drawstring on it, and you can, it does a hell of a lot, believe me. It does a lot versus having no hood if it's really cold. The other thing is you have the liner in here. This can button out. And you can take the liner out and have a lighter jacket, which has just a cotton, like it's like 2-ply, right? You have cotton on the inside and then NYCO on the outside, which is nylon and cotton. Now this is the MIL-SPEC one. A lot of the knockoffs are 100% cotton, and or maybe they're cotton polyester. Cotton polyester is not bad too. The price on a MIL-SPEC M65 field jacket, it could be $180 or more. It's just, you know, it can get up there. It can get up there to several $100s, right? Here's my little guy. He was sleeping right here. He likes this freaking sleeping bag. Now the other thing is you got the button flap. You know, you got snap flap. I mean, plus it's a very heavy duty zipper on it. There's a pull cord at the bottom, which I have tied off because I don't use it too much. And there's a pull cord up on the hood, and there's also, and here, this is another feature. A lot of times your hands get cold. You got this thing, it pulls down, so it goes over the back of your hands, and you can still use the hands. So your back of your hand is covered up. Like the ends of your fingers around. You can kind of curl your fingers up like that, and it's keeping it in that sleeve. That is, and it's not like you can still use the front of your hands because it's not on the front of your hands. It's not like making a whole sleeve, you know, come out. It's just that portion right here, just this outside part of your hands. It's got a lot of pockets on it. It's got 4 big pockets in the front. These liners, you know, the inside liners, they're cheap. You know, the jacket usually comes with the liner, but if you get a jacket at a good price and say you got to buy a liner separate, the liners aren't much money. They're like, I don't know, $15-20 or something. The jackets which cost you some serious bucks. But they're pretty heavy duty, man. They freaking last a long time. And you notice also too, and they're pretty. I think all of them are like this. They have where you can move your arms forward. It just kind of goes in like that. It's got extra material, so you're not like a lot of jackets don't have that, right? These are designed for people like moving around in the field and stuff, you know. That's what's cool about them. So I believe it has not just a bottom strap, I think it has a waist strap in here too. Maybe I'm wrong about that. No, yeah, here it is. I was doing it off of memory. I don't use the waist strap, but you got a waist strap right here. So you got a waist strap, and you got the bottom strap, and you also have the hood strap, and you got, I think this here. Sometimes I wear this with the parka hood too. Yeah, that's where this attaches to. And you have this, which you can you know, attach your collar, tighten up your collar to it. But that's also you can also attach, I think there's a way you can attach the parka hood onto that jacket too. Now, if you're really, really in serious cold weather, say for instance you're wearing a woolly pulley and you got a cotton t-shirt underneath that, a long johns or something, you have a woolly pulley over that, which is like 100% wool, right? Sometimes people get polyester because they're allergic to wool. Then you have the field jacket with the liner. Then you have the parka with the liner over that, and a wool beanie with this hood over it, and the parka hood over that. You're pretty much covered except for the bottoms of your legs and your feet, and if you have Sorel's real made in Canada snow boots, that's a cheap way to get some freaking really high quality stuff that can really do you a lot of good. Because even if you got a brand new MIL-SPEC M-65 field jacket with the liner and paid $180, but you can get some Chinese knockoffs that are pretty good for $60. One thing I want to say, if you get a Chinese knockoff, don't get one that's 100% cotton. 100% cotton does not last unless it's like real duck canvas, oiled, waxed or something, waxed cotton or something like that. But usually 100% cotton doesn't last anywhere near as long as NYCO. And I haven't seen any Chinese knockoffs that are like as thick as this material. But they have some Chinese knockoffs that are pretty good, and for like $60 or so, that are cotton polyester blend. Polyester being about as good as nylon. Maybe not quite as thick of material, but pretty damn close for about the third the price. Sometimes, people buy Chinese, man. I mean, it's not always freaking a sin, Yeah, I think that's what this button was for up here too, because I did wear the parka hood with this, but sometimes I just slap that hood right on there. But there's a way to attach it. I think this is one of the buttons is for that hood right up here. Believe it attaches down here somewhere. I actually have two of those parka hoods too. Those suckers are really warm too, but most of the time in Florida I don't have to dig out that stuff, but I do wear this quite a bit when it gets cold. Or the leather motorcycle jacket. Leather spurt. The one disadvantage I can tell you with this thing is if you're on a motorcycle, this thing, forget it, man. You don't want this. You don't want to wear this on a motorcycle. This is not windproof enough. It's not too bad, but with the liner in it, but it's not as good as a motorcycle jacket with leather. Right. So anyway, here's my little cat buddy. Right, Goldie? What are you doing, huh? This guy. They love that sleeping bag, man. They sleep on my field jacket too. I usually leave it over there too. So, but a lot of the MIL-SPEC stuff is and oh, by the way too, you can get these used for about a third the price of a new one. You can get them used for about $60, but depends on who you're getting them from. You might want to look on eBay if they're giving you a picture of the actual item with a bunch of zoomed up pictures. You'll probably see some good deals, but sometimes they're used and they're patched. Depends on how good they're patched. But I would look around for a top quality. If you don't want to spend $180, I would look for a top quality regular GI issue, made in the USA one that's in excellent condition. That's been used, and you can put a new liner in it for like $10-15, so that part's new. That's the part that touches your body, but it's not. And the other thing is, you might want to spray it down waterproofing. I sprayed this down with the kiwi leather and cloth stuff, especially near the top. That's where if you're out in the rain or in snow, it's always like up here. That's what gets screwed up. It's like it never really gets down here. You don't need to put a lot of waterproofing down up here. It's all up in here, So anyway, that's another hot tip. And I always pass on what I do. And I got a way of figuring out how to do shit cheap and get away by cheap and still get like pretty much the best stuff, because most everything else is a damn gimmick, right? Here's Rocky. Right, Rocky? What are you doing down there? These guys, man. Anyway, so I don't know. I love the field jacket, man. I can tell you. And by the way, even a boss I work with over at CPA firm, I convinced him to order one. Just this last week, he's got one coming in when he goes up north. You know, if he travels up the north. I said, we're going to have some brutal winters up there in the Northeast. Yeah, you can wear this thing. You know, I just tell him about it because, you know. But man, I think these are pretty warm just as it is. But if you add the parka on top of that, that's what the parka is really designed to do. Go over that. Now, you know, you can wear it by yourself too, but you know, usually a lot of people think the parka is for itself. It's actually to go over this. And when you got all those layers on with all the liners, shit, it's warm as hell.